Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Phoenix, Arizona. It's time for Valley Business Radio, spotlighting the Valley's best businesses and the people who lead them.
Hello and welcome to Valley Business Radio, where we tell the stories that traditional media tends to ignore and help connect you to the right people. I'm your host, Dr. Adrian McIntyre, and I'm joined in the studio today by Abby Fink, publisher of the Arizona 100. Welcome back, Abby.
Well, thanks for having me back.
We've got an issue coming up later this week, and we're going to hear in this conversation about some of the 100-word stories that showcase events and developments in business and communities throughout the state of Arizona. What are some of the things we're going to learn about in this issue?
Well, you know, the month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we see a heightened sense of conversation around breast cancer awareness. Really, all cancers get some attention while we're talking about this. You'll see lots of pink ribbons around town, and lots of businesses are making an investment in that by whether doing events or programs for their employees and their customers. And one of those organizations is Harrah's Auction Casino out in Maricopa. It's part of a national initiative that the company Caesars Entertainment supports called Campaign for the Cause. And actually it starts with breast cancer awareness, but really incorporates all cancers. They want to raise awareness. It's not just for that specific effort, but across all of the Caesars properties, in particular here in Maricopa, of course, with Harrah's Auction. They create programming, fundraising events, activities for their customers and such, all around raising awareness, raising money. And then all of that is tagged to sort of an in-house competition. And based on what their outcomes are, they potentially get some additional funding from their corporate headquarters to donate back to the American Cancer Society here in the Valley. So it's a pretty exciting thing. If you're out in Maricopa, take a drive by the casino, stop in. You can play poker on their red felt tables. You can participate in some of the events. They have a really fun event called Battle of the Bras, where they decorate the bras. Gentlemen do a little fashion show. It's really quite fun, all in the name of raising funds and awareness around breast cancer.
Fabulous. I mean, such an important topic, touches so many people's lives, and it's really great, you know, Caesars being a huge entertainment, hospitality company, but having a local presence with a unique flavor that supports local causes. It's always heartwarming to hear things of that nature.
So one of the things we've talked about on several times during this podcast is really about the entrepreneurial spirit of the Phoenix and the greater Phoenix area, really the state for that matter. And there's a lot of discussion around why that's the case. We've got all the intrinsic things like fantastic weather and wonderful opportunities here. And so there's been some studies recently that really look at why businesses are making the investment here in Arizona. And one of the things that is topping that list is our talent pool, that we have a really qualified labor pool here in this part of the country, particularly here in Arizona. We have access to a global network, of course, because with our border to Mexico, and we have an international airport, so we have an opportunity to have investment and trade with partners around the world. So we're really seeing, you know, Phoenix is making its mark on a global stage with these opportunities that exist here. And what we're seeing through the Arizona Commerce Authority is all of these investments in the community are creating new jobs. And, you know, that's incredible for us to see. Salaries are increasing. We're seeing the average salary close to $70,000 a year for professional employment. We're seeing new jobs opening up. New businesses are finding their way to the Valley, really to the state. And all of those things just create this incredible economic boom for the state of Arizona. It's pretty exciting to see. And as we're heading into the end of 2019, looking ahead to 2020, lots of great things on the horizon.
It's very exciting to see. And for me personally, as somebody who moved here almost 7 years ago from California, not intending to move here, actually, we came to house sit for 4 months and ended up liking it so much that we looked around and found a place to rent, and we've been here ever since. But to be right at the center of so many different overlapping business communities, both with Business RadioX and with my own private role as a consultant, the small business scene is fascinating and growing. The tech scene is fascinating and growing. The large corps moving headquarters here. There's just so many interesting things happening. And of course, it's fun to be part of a fast-growing environment.
Right. And with what you're doing here with the podcast, you're having this opportunity to really talk to the movers and shakers that are making those kind of things. We can talk high level about the numbers, but to actually be having conversations about and with the folks that are making it happen, it truly is an exciting time. And I think we're going to see that continue as we as a community, our elected officials and such are making investments in this type of economic development and growth. We're going to continue to see businesses find Arizona a warm and welcoming place to be.
For sure. And I just want to reference back to a conversation we had many months ago here in the studio. Jason Wood from Quarles and Brady was a guest on the show, and he's an Arizona native. And of course, I have people who are from here and people who've moved here and things of that nature. But he had one of the best answers to the question, what makes Arizona unique for business? He said, it's a meritocracy. People come here, and if you can do good work and you can build a good company and you can establish relationships, the merit is rewarded, and we embrace the success. And I think that's really, the Arizona Commerce Authority, obviously leading from the highest level in the state, in the governor's office. And you see the same thing at the lowest levels as well, out in the streets and in the informal meetings and the networking groups and so on. There's a sense of people want to do good and want to support each other, and it's great to be part of that. Right.
And, I'm not the only one that says this, but we often joke about, Phoenix is one of the biggest small towns around. And I think we do have that, investment in that idea and this larger picture. We have a lot of growth we want to do, but yet there is still that camaraderie and that sense of community, and you can still walk into a place and see people from your neighborhood, and neighbors still talk to each other. And why wouldn't you want to make that investment if you're a business owner looking to move here? This is the type of things you want for your employees, is that kind of quality of life situation. So,
yep. Arizona is open for business,
right?
They say.
That we are. So let's talk about two things that sort of are being impacted by this growth. Our colleagues out in Queen Creek, Arizona, are a growing population. They're sitting at about 52,000 residents right now. That's 2,300% increase since the city incorporated in 1989. 2,300% increase. I had to go back and double check because I've never seen a number quite that big before. But as a result of this growth and this really incredible growth comes a conversation around infrastructure and government and what are they doing for that quality of life that they want to offer to their residents. And one of those things, of course, is public safety. And they're going to be opening up a new fire station there out in Queen Creek. In early 2020, we're going to see fire station number 4. It's actually the 5th fire station, but the first fire station was just called the fire station. So every other one after that had a number attached to it. State-of-the-art, high level, high quality work coming out of there. So a real investment in their community and, of course, the safety of their residents.
A fire station for every 10,000 people is good coverage.
Yeah, and those are the things that we take for granted, right? If we come in from the bigger part of our valley, if we're a city of Phoenix or we live in Scottsdale, we don't think about, what that means when a city's growing and how you have to make those investments in that. And you've had other discussions on economic development and growth, and those are some of those things that you have to take into consideration when you're growing a city.
Everyone wants the same things. They want a high quality of life, they want infrastructure and services, and they want it to cost as little as possible for all of those things. And obviously for the planners and the city leaders, that's always a balancing act. But it's great to see Queen Creek growing up right nearby as we all grow together.
Exactly. So there's a lot of conversation, around environmentalism and sustainability. And businesses and manufacturers are doing what they can to make that investment and allow us as end users to have more access to green materials. And the city of Yuma is going to see a international green building materials manufacturer open up a manufacturing plant there called Rexand. It's their first foray into North America, and they're going to be doing production, development, distribution of next generation engineered sand products. They are primarily right now based in China, and they're going to be bringing this technology and this manufacturing plant here to the U.S. in Yuma, Arizona.
There's a lot of interesting things happening in the Yuma area. Conversations about a possible spaceport. You got this next generation sand. It might be that Yuma is leading the way on some of these future forward kinds of technologies.
Maybe we need to take the show on the road and set up there and see what we can find out.
But we should do that.
We should go visit. There's some cool things in Yuma.
Field trip.
I'll
get a note from my mom.
Okay. I'm in. So all these businesses, all these organizations, in today's business world, you don't exist if you don't have some sort of digital and web presence. And so our folks over at Fast Turtle offering up some advice on continuing to keep your website up to date and the relatively inexpensive but important financial contributions you need to make to your business. Things like the security certificates, making sure your domain name stays registered. You'd really hate to log into your website one day and see that someone else now owns your domain and you cease to exist. Design, concepts, etc. Really, depending on the level that you're doing, you can, get in some, at a very low level in the couple $100 range, and depending on the sophistication of your website, upwards of, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. But always keep in mind that is your online presence. And for most of us today, that's where we go to make our initial research into any kind of business decision. And you want to make sure that your web presence is accurate and up to date and safe and secure.
And reflective of the century that we live in.
Well, there's that.
I logged into a site just the other day that is about an organization that's developing a new presence here in the Valley. Won't mention any names, and their website reminded me of the best of 1997, a kind of GeoCities sort of a thing. So Fast Turtle obviously leading the way in making sure people are current and contemporary, and that's a much needed thing.
It is. And that's a tough thing to pay attention to. You're growing a business that sort of, you get it done and you forget about it, but it's equally important as all the other investments that you make. So we've got a couple entertainment things to share with you. So there is a new club opening up in the entertainment district of Old Town Scottsdale. It's called the Maya Day and Night Club. So this is a kind of a repurpose of the clubhouse at Maya that has been open in that Old Town District area, but in place of the pool and cabanas are now more of a playground. So they've added yard games and a tree-inspired bar, furniture, picnic tables, flat screens, perfect for watching your favorite sports. Updated the menu a little bit and really created this fun atmosphere, kind of repurposing their space so that it has a year-round feel. And that is debuting in the entertainment district of Old Town Scottsdale. So if you're looking for a little night out, check out the Maya Day and Night Club.
This reinventing an established entertainment center as a new kind of place that people want to go is a great thing. So many things come and then go again and come and then go again, but to see them kind of transforming themselves and expanding their concept a little bit. I saw some pictures actually from their media day where they had folks there. I got to get myself invited to some of these things. It looked like a really great venue.
You have to be able to stay up past 8:00 at night.
Yeah, small children, that makes it hard for me.
Well, they're backed by some long-time investors here in the Valley that have been known in the entertainment world here. So we wish them much success. And speaking of being able to stay up a little late, what kind of music do you like?
I really like all kinds of music. I mean, classic rock, hard, heavy music, old blues, kind of Delta blues, a wide range of things.
All right. Well, we've got a music festival coming up on November 8th. It's called the Jetaway Music Festival, and 6:30 to 2 a.m. 6:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's a long evening, but live performances from Grammy-winning rap artist Nelly, the DJ trio of Cheat Codes, and if you're into country music, Dylan Scott's going to be there as well. And kind of a fun nuance to this event, they do a live auction, and one of the big items that they'll give away is a vacation via a private jet to Las Vegas. So if you hang out there for a little bit, you might have the chance to win a weekend getaway. Pretty inexpensive. General admission tickets are at $45. You can get VIP packages and sponsorships as well. And the best part is it is benefiting a very important nonprofit organization here, which is called Folds of Honor, which provides scholarships to the spouses and children of America's Fallen and Disabled Service Members. So you can have a little bit of fun and listen to some great music, but you're all doing it in the name of a good organization, Falls of Hero. So get your tickets now.
It is a good cause. Little known fact, Nellie went to the same high school that my wife went to in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. So shout out to Belmont people if you're listening. That sounds like a great evening.
We just made that 6 degrees of separation thing again.
2.
That's how small Arizona can be.
Well, I love it. And that is definitely a great cause, and it looks like a great evening out on the town. Lots of something for everyone.
Something for everyone.
There. The Arizona 100 is a unique publication. Tell us a little bit about the publication and how people can subscribe to it and get this in their inbox for free.
Well, it is called the Arizona 100. You can subscribe at thearizona100.com. It is 15 stories, each issue, 100 words, no more, no less. Occasionally, there will be a video in there as well, 100 seconds, no more, no less. And it is a real snapshot of our business community statewide. And we take contributions for content from anyone that's got something important to say in the business community. Send us an email at editor@thearizona100.com. We'll take a look at that and consider it for an upcoming issue.
Marvelous. Abby Fink, publisher of the Arizona 100, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you.
For all of us here at Business Radio X, this is Dr. Adrian McIntyre, and we'll see you next time on Valley Business Radio.